Okay, so this is question 4 on page 434. Okay, and this is similar to the two consecutive odd number questions, except for this case, this is two consecutive even whole numbers. But the thing to remember about even and odd numbers is that they're 2 digits apart. So 2, 4, 6, 8, or 3, 5, 7, 9, etc. So that becomes the important part. Don't worry about the even odd. If you do the math right, you're going to get 2 odd numbers or 2 even numbers depending on what's asked for. In the question and textbook, they're looking for 2 even numbers. So let x equal the first number. And then if they're even, then x plus 2 will be the second number. And again, that doesn't matter if they're even or if they're odd. Okay? Now the second thing that it wants is it wants the difference between the reciprocals. So we need to make sure we've got reciprocals, and the difference means we're subtracting. Okay, so thinking about that, the reciprocal of x is 1 over x. And we're going to subtract the reciprocal of x plus 2, which is 1 over x plus 2. So these terms are our reciprocals, 1 over x and 1 over x plus 2. And it says the difference, this is the question in the textbook, is 1 over 60. Now we're going to simply solve for x. So solving for x, our lowest common denominator from these is 60x times x plus 2. So we're going to multiply each term by what's missing. So here we have a denominator of x. So it's going to be 60 times x plus 2. And our denominator is 60x times x plus 2. That's going to be our denominator for everything. Minus, here I have the x plus 2 already. So what's missing is my 60x. So that's what I multiplied the top and the bottom by. Okay. And then on this side, I have the 60. So I multiplied by x times x plus 2. So that's what was missing there. So it's just multiplying it by what was missing in the denominator originally. Okay? Because originally, if we look at our denominators, originally I have the x here, I have the x plus 2 here, and I have the 60 there. So I'm just multiplying by what was missing in the denominator. Now, once you have all 3 terms having the same denominator, you can divide them out. And it's basically because it's common to all 3 of those, and it's a factor for all of them, you can divide it out. Now we can just take what's left and we can solve. So we're left with 60 times x plus 2 minus 60x equals x times x plus 2. We're going to distribute. So distributing there, and we're going to distribute here, and then we're going to solve for x. So we're going to 60x plus 120 minus 60x equals x squared plus 2x. On this side, I have 60x and a minus 60x, so we can get rid of those. We have a quadratic, so we're going to move everything over to one side. So 120 will move over here. Oops, my apologies. 2x, and this becomes minus 120, and then I need to factor this. In factoring this, I'm looking for 2 numbers that multiply to give me 120 and will add up to 2. So my 2 numbers are negative 10 and positive 12. Those are the 2 numbers. They multiply to give me negative 120, and they add up to positive 2. Okay, so from that I get x minus 10 and x plus 12. Now for my solutions, this would mean x is equal to either 10 or negative 12. Well, because I want whole numbers, I'm going to disregard the negative, and I'm going to just use x is equal to 10. So if x equals to 10, then that means for my two numbers, the first number was 10, x plus 2 therefore would be 12. So my two numbers would be 10 and 12. Now when you do this with the Google form, again, same process, except it's a difference. I think is it 1 over 99 or 2 over 99? I can't remember offhand. But because you do x and x plus 2, you will still get odd numbers. Okay, it just means that they're 2 digits apart. Hopefully that helps, and you can use that for your solution. It's really a matter of setting your values for what the two numbers are and making sure you know what they equal up.